Most people think quantum reality is something that happens in laboratories, distant, complicated, reserved for scientists in white coats. But what if I told you quantum reality is happening right now through you, and most people are completely blind to it? There's a profound misunderstanding spreading like a silent epidemic, an assumption so deeply embedded in our collective consciousness that it's preventing an entire generation from experiencing their true evolutionary potential. And that assumption is this: that reality is something that happens to you, instead of something that happens through you. Quantum physics isn't just revealing how subatomic particles behave, it's revealing how consciousness itself operates. And the most radical discovery isn't about particles, it's about perception, about how your nervous system doesn't just interpret reality, but actually generates it. For decades, we've been taught a dangerous narrative, that you are a passive observer in a predetermined universe, that your thoughts might influence things, but your fundamental experience is fixed, that some people are lucky and some are not. That manifestation is about technique, about doing more, about following a step-by-step process. But what if that entire framework is not just incorrect, but a deliberate mechanism designed to keep you disconnected from your true perceptual capabilities? Quantum reality isn't something you learn, it's something you become. And becoming requires something far more profound than information. It requires a complete recalibration of how you understand yourself as a receiver and generator of experience. We are not approaching a new scientific paradigm. We are in the midst of a perceptual revolution. And just like our ancestors couldn't comprehend electricity before its discovery, we are standing at the threshold of understanding consciousness as a fundamental force, not a byproduct, but the primary generative mechanism of reality itself. Your nervous system is not just processing information, it is a quantum antenna, constantly broadcasting and receiving frequencies so subtle that our current scientific instruments can barely measure them. But just because something can't be measured doesn't mean it isn't powerful. And this is where most people get stuck. They want proof before they're willing to explore. They want certainty before they're willing to shift. But quantum reality doesn't work through proof. It works through resonance. So the real question isn't whether quantum reality is real. The real question is, are you ready to become the instrument of its revelation? Notes for continuation. Next section will dive deeper into the nervous system as quantum antenna concept. We'll explore how current perception limits our quantum capabilities. We'll begin to deconstruct traditional manifestation teachings, maintain mysterious, authoritative tone, continue building intensity and revelation. The double-slit experiment wasn't just a scientific experiment. It was humanity's first glimpse into a reality so profound it would shatter every assumption about consciousness and matter. Picture a pristine laboratory in 1961, white walls, precise instruments, electron gun pointed toward a barrier with two microscopic slits. Conventional physics predicted a simple outcome. Electrons would pass through as particles, creating two distinct bands on the detection screen. But something extraordinary happened. When the electrons were unobserved, they behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that suggested they passed through both slits simultaneously. The moment a measurement device was introduced, the electrons collapsed into definitive particles, as if the very act of observation transformed potential into specific reality. This wasn't just a quirk of subatomic behavior. This was a fundamental revelation about the nature of reality itself. The universe doesn't have a predetermined state. It exists in a field of pure potential, waiting for consciousness to collapse it into form. Your perception isn't passive, it's generative. Imagine your life's potential as that electron cloud, existing simultaneously in multiple potential timelines, vibrating with infinite possibility. Every moment, you're not choosing a path. You're collapsing entire realities through the frequency of your attention, the subtlety of your nervous system's broadcast. Most people move through life believing they're discovering their reality. But quantum physics reveals something far more radical. You're continuously generating your reality through the precision of your observation, not your conscious thoughts. Those are just surface noise. But the deeper, almost imperceptible frequency of your embodied state. This isn't metaphysical poetry. This is physics. The electron doesn't decide its path, it responds to the observer. And you, right now, are that observer. Your nervous system is the most sophisticated measurement device in existence, constantly sampling potential and collapsing timelines faster than any thought can track. The double-slit experiment proves something revolutionary. Reality is not something happening to you. Reality is something happening through you. And the moment you understand this, everything changes. You stop trying to manifest. You start recognizing that manifestation is your fundamental state of being. The narration pauses, creating a moment of profound silence, inviting the listener to feel the quantum implications resonating through their own cellular structure. Continuing the quantum narrative, let's talk about the moments that define your quantum potential, the precise instances where your nervous system is either collapsing limitation or broadcasting transformation. Those silent battlegrounds where most people unknowingly surrender their entire timeline. 3 a.m. doubt moment. You're awake, heart racing, bank account feeling like a black hole of impossibility. Traditional manifestation tells you to think positive. Quantum reality reveals something more precise. This moment isn't a problem to solve. It's a frequency calibration waiting to happen. Your anxiety isn't weakness. It's your nervous system's unprocessed signal, a quantum communication system trying to show you something. Most people try to suppress this signal, but the quantum field doesn't respond to suppression. It responds to acknowledgement and precise recalibration. 30-second frequency shift. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe not from your thoughts, but from the cellular intelligence that knows abundance is your fundamental state. Feel the difference between thinking about money and embodying financial flow. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. It only knows frequency. Morning anxiety before opening eyes. That moment when dread arrives before consciousness fully awakens. This isn't a personal failure. This is your nervous system running an old program, broadcasting a frequency of limitation before you've consciously chosen your signal. Quantum intervention. Don't fight the anxiety. Become the precise observer. Feel it completely, without narrative. Let it move through you like a wave, without attaching meaning. Your embodied neutrality is more powerful than any positive thought. You're not clearing the signal. You're becoming the signal. Vision board moment. You've plastered dreams on a wall, watching them mock you year after year. Traditional manifestation says believe harder. Quantum reality reveals your board isn't a wish list. It's a frequency diagnostic tool showing exactly where your nervous system is still broadcasting scarcity. The quantum truth? Those images aren't goals. They're resonance maps. Each picture is revealing the exact frequency distortion preventing its manifestation. Your jealousy watching others succeed? That's not weakness. That's your quantum system showing you precisely where your own broadcast is misaligned. Racing meditation mind. You're sitting, trying to quiet your thoughts, feeling like a failure because concentration eludes you. But quantum consciousness doesn't require silence. It requires precise, neutral awareness. Your racing mind isn't an obstacle. It's raw quantum potential waiting to be coherently directed. Manifestation isn't about controlling your mind. It's about becoming so fundamentally aligned that your nervous system broadcasts a signal so clear, so precise, that reality has no choice but to reconfigure around your frequency. The narration pauses, creating a moment of quantum potential, inviting the listener to feel the transformative implications of this revelation. Continuing the quantum narrative, Nikola Tesla wasn't an inventor. He was a quantum field translator, a human antenna so precisely calibrated that he could download technological blueprints directly from potential reality. While other scientists were measuring and calculating, Tesla was receiving. His journals reveal something profound. Most of his groundbreaking inventions weren't designed. They were downloaded, not through intellectual effort, but through a state of complete nervous system neutrality that allowed him to become a pure receiver of technological potential. Tesla described his creative process as seeing entire machines fully formed before they existed, not visualizing, not imagining, perceiving. His brain wasn't generating ideas. It was tuning into a frequency where those innovations already existed, waiting to be collapsed into physical form. What most people call imagination, Tesla understood as quantum field navigation. He would enter a specific neurological state, a precise frequency of neutrality and receptivity, where technological potential could stream through his consciousness without intellectual interference. 3 quantum reception practices Tesla used. 1. Frequency neutrality meditation, not emptying the mind, but becoming so fundamentally still that technological potential could move through without resistance. 2. Embodied visualization, feeling the invention's vibrational signature in his body before any physical design emerged. not thinking about the invention, but becoming the frequency of its potential. 3. Deliberate nervous system. Recalibration, treating his body as a quantum antenna, constantly adjusting internal states to receive more precise signals. His contemporaries called it genius. Quantum physics calls it field translation. Tesla wasn't special. He was simply operating from a different perceptual mechanism, where receiving is more powerful than generating. Jim Carrey's $10 million check story isn't motivation, it's a quantum collapse blueprint. He didn't just write a check. He became the frequency of an actor who was already living that reality, before Hollywood recognized him. Most people misunderstand his story. They see a visualization technique. Quantum reality reveals a precise neurological reconfiguration. Carrey wasn't hoping. He was embodying a timeline where success was his fundamental state, so completely that reality had no choice but to reorganize around his frequency. Einstein's thought experiments weren't mental exercises. They were quantum field explorations, using consciousness as a precise measurement device to collapse potential realities. He didn't discover relativity through mathematics. He perceived it through a state of consciousness so neutral that new physical laws could stream through him. The common thread between Tesla, Carrey, and Einstein? They weren't trying to manifest. They were quantum field translators, so fundamentally aligned with their potential that reality reorganized around their nervous system's broadcast. The narration pauses, inviting the listener to feel the quantum potential of precise field translation. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration, not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments, "I collapse realities, I don't chase them." Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. Sarah's story isn't motivation. It's a quantum decryption of manifestation's deepest mechanism. 2 years of spiritual self-help had transformed her into a walking vision board. Meticulously crafted affirmations, color-coded journals, expensive meditation retreats, countless visualization sessions, 0 results. Just an accumulating weight of silent desperation. Her journals revealed the painful truth. Each morning she'd write declarations of abundance. Each night she'd feel the same hollowness. The universe didn't just feel silent, it felt mockingly indifferent. Her worthiness wasn't a question anymore. It was an open wound. Traditional manifestation hadn't just failed her, it had systematically dismantled her hope. The quantum breakthrough arrived not through another course or guru. It emerged through complete nervous system exhaustion, that precise moment when surrender becomes more powerful than strategy. Her first quantum shift wasn't a technique. It was a total frequency recalibration. Day 1. Confusion. Something felt different, but undefined. Her body knew before her mind could interpret. Nervous system broadcasting a new signal, almost imperceptibly. Day 3. First synchronicity. A random conversation revealing exactly the information she'd been seeking for months. Not a coincidence. A frequency match. Day 5. Synchronicities accelerating. Connections appearing without her forcing. Opportunities materializing from seemingly nowhere. Day 7. Complete collapse. Her entire energetic architecture reorganized, not through effort, through precise neutral observation. The 30-day quantum transformation wasn't linear. It was a total system reconfiguration. Relationships that had been stuck for years suddenly became fluid. Financial patterns that seemed immovable started reshaping. Opportunities didn't just arrive, they felt inevitable. Physiological changes were profound. Sleep transformed from restless survival to deep, regenerative rest. Energy wasn't something she chased anymore. It was her fundamental state. Intuition shifted from a whisper to a clear, precise navigation system. Her body wasn't just responding to reality, it was generating reality. This wasn't manifestation. This was quantum field translation, a complete nervous system recalibration so precise that reality had no choice but to reorganize around her new frequency. The narration pauses, inviting the listener to feel the quantum potential of Sarah's transformation. Reality isn't happening to you. Reality is happening through you. A continuous quantum projection where every potential timeline exists simultaneously, waiting for your precise frequency to collapse its potential into form. The many worlds interpretation isn't theoretical speculation. It's your operational manual. Imagine reality as an infinite library, where every possible version of your life exists concurrently, not sequentially, but contemporaneously. You're not choosing a path, you're selecting a broadcast. Schrödinger's famous cat experiment reveals something profound about consciousness. Until observation occurs, multiple states coexist. The cat isn't dead or alive. It's simultaneously both, existing in a probability wave, until consciousness intervenes and collapses a specific outcome. Your life operates identically. Quantum mechanics demonstrates that observation doesn't just record reality. Observation generates reality. Your nervous system isn't a passive receiver. It's an active constructor, a quantum translation device continuously collapsing infinite potentials into your experience dimension. 3. Quantum timeline navigation practices. 1. Probability wave meditation. Enter a state of complete neurological neutrality where multiple timelines can be simultaneously perceived. 2. Frequency matching. Learn to feel into different dimensional signatures, recognizing subtle vibrational differences. 3. Coherence stabilization. Maintain a precise emotional and physiological state that anchors your desired timeline. Most people live believing they're limited to one reality. Quantum truth reveals you're simultaneously experiencing multiple timelines, some consciously, most unconsciously. Your current experience is simply the timeline your nervous system is most consistently broadcasting. Timeline jumping isn't mystical travel. It's precise frequency recalibration. Imagine your consciousness as a radio. You're not creating new stations. You're simply adjusting your dial to receive a different broadcast that was always present. Practical timeline recognition signs. 1. Synchronicities accelerating. 2. Sudden unexplained knowledge. 3. Physical sensations of déjà vu. 4. Dreams that feel more real than waking life. 5. Intuitive knowing that precedes logical understanding. The multiverse isn't theoretical. It's your operational reality. Every decision, every emotional state, every unconscious belief is continuously selecting which timeline you experience. You're not manifesting, you're navigating. Stabilization requires 3 key quantum mechanisms. 1. Emotional coherence, maintaining a consistent vibrational signature. 2. Nervous system neutrality, removing reactive patterns. 3. Intentional frequency broadcasting, generating a signal so precise that reality reorganizes around your chosen timeline. The narration pauses, creating a quantum moment of potential timeline selection. Every manifestation method is a partial quantum translation, a glimpse of a more profound mechanism that consciousness has been attempting to decode for generations. The law of attraction captured 20% of the quantum truth, focus matters, but it missed the fundamental quantum principle that focus isn't a mental activity. It's a precise nervous system broadcast that collapses potential realities. Where law of attraction suggested think positive, quantum reality reveals your thoughts are irrelevant. Your nervous system's unconscious frequency is everything. You're not manifesting through thought. You're generating reality through your entire energetic architecture, a broadcasting system so precise that reality has no choice but to reorganize. Neville Goddard understood something deeper. Feeling is the secret. He was closer to the quantum mechanism than most, recognizing that emotional state precedes physical manifestation. But even Goddard's teachings missed the neurological precision required for true quantum collapse. Quantum truth extends Goddard's insight. Feeling isn't just an emotional state. It's a sophisticated frequency translation, a complete nervous system reconfiguration that generates reality from the inside out. Not visualization, not imagination, pure frequency generation. Abraham Hicks's emotional guidance scale touched the quantum mechanism of frequency tuning, suggesting that emotions are vibrational indicators. But they missed the critical quantum principle. Emotions aren't just indicators. They're generative mechanisms that directly collapse potential realities. The quantum upgrade reveals your emotional state isn't something happening to you. It's a precise frequency generator that's continuously selecting which timeline you experience. Not through conscious choice, but through unconscious nervous system broadcasting. 3 quantum upgrades to popular manifestation methods. 1. From positive thinking to nervous system neutrality. 2. From feeling visualization to frequency generation. 3. From emotional guidance to quantum field translation. These methods aren't wrong. They're evolutionary steps, glimpses of a more profound quantum mechanism that consciousness is continuously decoding. Each teacher points toward a piece of the quantum puzzle, revealing humanity's growing understanding of reality generation. Quantum manifestation isn't a replacement. It's an integration, a more precise translation of the mechanism behind all successful manifestation approaches. You're not choosing a method. You're understanding the fundamental physics of consciousness itself. The narration pauses, inviting a quantum moment of integrative understanding. Quantum frequency alignment begins not in the mind, but in the nervous system. Close your eyes. Drop your awareness into your body. Breathe in, 4 counts. Hold 4 counts. Release 6 counts. Each breath a quantum signal, not just oxygen, information. First, notice where your body holds contradiction. Jaw clenching with desire, shoulders carrying effort's weight, stomach tight with unspoken fear. These aren't emotions. These are frequency blockers. Breathe into those spaces, not to change them, to witness. Observation itself is quantum transformation. Your nervous system is a sophisticated antenna. Right now, it's broadcasting multiple timelines simultaneously, most unconsciously. We're bringing consciousness to the broadcast. Feel the timeline where your desire is already complete. Not imagination, quantum memory. Your body knows this frequency. It has already lived this reality. You're not creating. You're remembering. Notice the subtle shift. The moment hoping becomes knowing. This isn't positive thinking. This is frequency lock-in. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between experienced and anticipated reality. Only frequency matters. Quantum coherence requires total nervous system alignment. No part of you can remain in contradiction. Release, witness, transmute. This frequency isn't a technique. It's a command to the quantum field. You are not asking. You are instructing. Reality doesn't respond to desire. It responds to certainty. Lock in this frequency. This isn't a future state. This is your new baseline. Your nervous system is now broadcasting a reality so precise, so coherent, that manifestation becomes inevitable. Quantum field, reorganize. You are the generator, not the receiver. Before we dive deeper into the quantum neuroscience of manifestation, I want to share a transmission that will amplify everything we've just activated. To help you deepen this integration, we've created something intentional, a precise quantum frequency guide called Neurological Frequency Calibration. This isn't just another course. It's a living transmission designed to stabilize your expanded quantum identity, bringing together cutting-edge neuroscience, quantum physics protocols, and embodiment practices you didn't even know you needed. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to consume information, but to continue the frequency shift we've just initiated. Neuroscience reveals the quantum field isn't mystical. It's your biological operating system. Let's decode how consciousness actually generates reality. The reticular activating system processes 40 million bits of information per second, yet allows only 40 bits into conscious awareness. This isn't limitation. This is quantum filtration. Your nervous system is continuously selecting which reality becomes real. Neuroplasticity demonstrates that repeated signals literally rewire neural networks. You're not just thinking differently. You're generating new biological hardware that can broadcast different realities. Each intentional frequency creates microscopic neural pathways, quantum bridges between potential timelines. Heart-brain coherence research from HeartMath Institute reveals something profound. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times more powerful than brain signals. This isn't metaphor. This is your quantum transmission system. Your emotional state isn't just feeling. It's a precise electromagnetic broadcast that reorganizes quantum potential. Mirror neurons explain why embodied manifestation works at a neurological level. When you genuinely feel a reality, not imagine but feel, these neurons cannot distinguish between experiencing and anticipating. Your nervous system treats quantum memory as current reality. Theta brainwaves, the quantum access state between conscious and unconscious, operate at 4.8 Hz. This is where reality generation happens. Not in thinking, not in doing, but in this liminal neurological space where potential collapses into form. You are not a victim of reality. You are a quantum translation device, continuously generating potential through your most sophisticated technology. Your nervous system. I hear you. These 5 objections aren't resistance. They're sophisticated self-protection mechanisms asking for precise quantum translation. Objection 1. This sounds like spiritual bypassing, just avoiding real problems. Valid concern. Traditional manifestation often becomes toxic positivity. Quantum reality isn't about denying challenge. It's about recognizing challenge as frequency information. You're not transcending struggle. You're translating its quantum message. Objection 2. What about actual physical action? Quantum action isn't external doing, it's internal broadcasting. Your nervous system generates a frequency so precise that inspired action becomes automatic, not forced effort, magnetic attraction. Your body knows the path before your mind maps it. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Confirmation bias assumes you're selecting evidence. Quantum reality reveals you're selecting entire timelines. Your attention isn't confirming. It's collapsing potential realities. The field doesn't care about your belief. It responds to your unconscious frequency. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen if we generate reality? Trauma and challenge aren't punishment. They're quantum calibration systems. Each disruption carries evolutionary frequency information. You're not victim. You're being recalibrated. The field doesn't make mistakes. It creates precise learning environments. Objection 5. This sounds too easy. If it were real, everyone would do it. Ease isn't weakness. Ease is mastery. Most humans are addicted to struggle as proof of worthiness. Quantum manifestation requires dismantling that core belief. Not everyone is ready to release the identity of fighter and become generator. These objections aren't obstacles. They're quantum doorways asking you to expand your understanding of causality itself. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. We're crossing quantum boundaries. Imagine a translucent doorway. Soft luminescence. Not solid, but permeable. Your quantum threshold. Step through. Sensation of molecular recalibration. Your cells know this journey before your mind comprehends. 6 months ahead materializes, not a visualization, a quantum memory pulling you forward. There you stand, the version of you who has already collapsed the timeline you're currently seeking. Notice first, their posture. Not rigid, fluid. Spine aligned but not forced. Shoulders relaxed. No tension. Pure embodied confidence. Clothing speaks frequency. Not expensive. Purposeful. Colors that seem to shimmer with internal light. Fabric moving with your energy. Not constraining it. A subtle radiance that isn't about appearance. About pure energetic congruence. Their face. No performance of happiness. Genuine unforced peace. Eyes clear. Not searching. Knowing. A softness that comes from having already integrated what you're currently processing. They look at you, not with superiority, with compassionate recognition. Future self speaks. Stop trying to figure it out. Start feeling it already complete. Your biggest mistake was thinking transformation was complicated. It's a frequency shift, not a strategy. Trust the moments that feel illogical. Those are quantum portals. They place a hand on your heart. Transmission happens, not through words, through pure energetic download. Key insights flood your system. Release the need to control the how. Your nervousness is just unexpressed excitement. The timeline is already live. You're catching up. Doubt is just old frequency resisting collapse. Breathe their frequency in, not imagination. Quantum memory activation. Slowly return, but something has fundamentally shifted. You're no longer preparing. You're remembering. Identity is not a fixed point. It's a quantum broadcast system constantly recalibrating. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Most people live here, watching life like a movie. Desire without commitment. The energetic signature. Longing. Blocked by invisible belief. I'm not enough. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting itself is a frequency. Your desire is already intelligent information seeking expression. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Effort enters. Trying replaces wanting. Energetic signature, struggle. Common block. Believing transformation requires force. Quantum truth. Becoming is a relaxation, not a battle. You're not creating. You're allowing. Softness is your most powerful technology. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Choice carries different molecular weight. Energetic signature, precision. Where wanting was diffuse, choosing concentrates. Block. Believing choice is mental. Quantum choice happens in your nervous system. Not thought. Cellular commitment. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Practice isn't repetition. It's calibration. Energetic signature. Curiosity. Block. Thinking practice means perfection. Quantum practice. Gentle recursive remembering. Each attempt rewires neural pathways. You're not improving. You're revealing. Stage 5. I am. Pure embodiment. No distance. Energetic signature. Inevitability. The quantum moment where future and present synchronize. Not declaration, transmission. Your cells know before your mind comprehends. Breakthrough. Total, unconditional presence. Stage 6. I've always been. Time dissolves. Identity becomes fluid. Energetic signature, remembering. Block. Linear perception of growth. Quantum truth. All potential exists simultaneously. You're not becoming. You're recognizing. Remembering is forward movement. Final stage. Quantum silence. 120 seconds of pure frequency holding. No words. Pure transmission. Where identity becomes formless. Where quantum potential breathes through you. You are not learning an identity. You are remembering a frequency that has always known itself. CTA integration. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel, because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. 7-Day Quantum Reset Protocol. Day 1. Frequency mapping. Assessment objective. Identify current energetic baseline. Precision tools. Emotional resonance tracker. Identify internal conflicts. Neutralize self-sabotage mechanisms. Breakthrough. Method. Your shadows aren't enemies, they're unintegrated intelligence. Frequency checkpoint. Track emotional charge before-after protocol. Day 3. New baseline installation. Embodiment calibration. Cellular frequency elevation. Micro-manifestation experiments. Intuition amplification. Quantum marker. When alignment increases, reality becomes responsive. Day 5. Signal amplification. Frequency elevation techniques. Vibrational state management. Energetic declaration. Dimensional integration ritual. Breakthrough. Indicator. Unexplainable peace replaces strategic thinking. Day 7. First collapse. Integration. Manifestation. Stabilization. Nervous system recalibration. Quantum memory anchoring. Final transmission. You're not manifesting. You're remembering a timeline that's always existed. Quantum executive transformation. The invisible breakdown. The corner office is a frequency prison. Mahogany walls cannot contain your unexpressed potential. External profile, Fortune 500 VP, multiple six-figure salary, Harvard MBA, picture-perfect LinkedIn narrative, internal landscape, 4 a.m. panic attacks, constant cortisol flooding, nervous system in perpetual fight-flight, success as sophisticated trauma response. Breaking point narrative. My body became the invoice for my misaligned frequency, not a burnout, a quantum interruption. Physiological breakdown markers. Unexplained autoimmune flare, sudden chest pain during high-stakes presentation, complete adrenal exhaustion, metabolic system shutdown. The quantum pivot. I wasn't failing. I was being invited to a different operating system. Transformation. Protocol. Week 1 to 4. Nervous system. Recalibration. Frequency work. Replace achievement with presence. Metabolic reset. Cellular communication restoration. Intuition training. Decision-making from quantum intelligence. Paradoxical results. Same role. Different energetic broadcast. 40% less work. 200% more income. Zero burnout strategies. Decisions from spaciousness, not survival. Key transmission. Success is not what you achieve. It's the frequency you broadcast while achieving. Quantum timing. The frequency of manifestation. Divine timing is not an external decision. It's your internal frequency stabilizing. Manifestation mechanics. Intention frequency mapping. Clean signal indicators. 1. Emotional neutrality. 2. Cellular coherence. 3. Nervous system alignment. 4. Zero energetic contradiction. The wobble zone. Why manifestations delay. Quantum markers. Unconscious resistance frequencies. Competing internal narratives. Survival mechanism. Overrides. Unintegrated shadow beliefs. Surrender. Protocol. Not passive waiting, but precise recalibration. Stages. Identify frequency interference, neutralize competing signals, stabilize nervous system resonance, broadcast coherent intention, timeline, distinction, not yet versus not this. Frequency. Diagnostics, not yet. Clean signal, incomplete stabilization, not this. Wrong quantum alignment requires pivot mechanism. Persistence versus pivoting decision. Matrix, persistence frequency, cellular knowing, pivot frequency, intuitive intelligence. Key transmission. Manifestation is not a destination. It's a continuous quantum conversation between your potential and your present. Quantum metaphors. Reality's hidden architecture. 1. Tuning fork. Resonance intelligence. Physical principle. Sympathetic vibration. One fork vibrates, another matches instantly. Spiritual translation. Your internal frequency determines external reality. Quantum mechanics. Vibration is information. Coherence creates instantaneous response. Reality doesn't happen to you. It happens through you. Transmission. You are not seeking resonance. You are resonance. 2. Holographic reality. Fractals of potential interference pattern. Logic. Whole contains part. Part contains whole. Every fragment carries complete information. Quantum insight. Changing your frequency rewrites entire field embodiment practice. I am not in the universe. The universe is in me. 3. Quantum entanglement. Connectionless connection. Scientific foundation. Particles communicate faster than light. Distance becomes irrelevant. Instantaneous information transfer. Spiritual interpretation. Desire is not something to attract. Desire is something you're already entangled with. Meta-transmission. Physics is not explaining reality. Physics is catching up with consciousness. The quantum radio parable. Frequency as fate. 2 operators, 1 quantum device operator. 1. The analyzer spends 80% energy questioning radio, reads every manual, seeks external validation, believes understanding mechanism equals activation, mental approach, deconstruction, control, effort. Operator 2. The tuner understands radio as extension of consciousness, treats device as living intelligence, knows listening is more powerful than interrogating. Energetic approach. Presence. Alignment reception. 30-day contrast journey operator. One's path. Day 1 to 10. Increasing frustration. Day 11, 20. Systematic breakdown of beliefs. Day 21, 30. Profound surrender. Unexpected insight. Operator. 2's experience. Immediate connection. Effortless signal reception. Multiple timeline access. Synchronistic manifestations. Quantum radio decoded. The radio represents consciousness interface, frequency translation device, potential collapse mechanism, vibrational communication, portal 5 tuning techniques. 1. Emotional coherence calibration. 2. Nervous system resonance. 3. Intentional breath modulation. 4. Cellular listening practice. 5. Quantum neutrality meditation, revelatory, transmission. The radio was never external. You were always the broadcast. Breathe. The quantum collapse mechanism. Physiological alchemy. 20,000 daily quantum events. Each breath, potential, form, potential. Oxygen as consciousness translator. Cellular communication beyond biochemistry. Quantum breath mechanics. Inhalation. Wave of potential. Retention. Interference pattern. Exhalation. Particle manifestation. Silent pause. Quantum reset breath as consciousness. Interface. Not just gas exchange. Information transfer mechanism. Vibrational recalibration. System. Autonomic nervous system reprogramming. Timeline. Shifting breathwork. Protocol. 1. Neutrality. Breath. 4 counts. Inhale. 4 counts hold. 4 counts exhale. Purpose. Frequency stabilization. 2. Dimensional oscillation. Alternating nostril breathing. Activates cross-hemispheric communication. Breaks linear perception patterns. Quantum coherence sequence. Breath matching desired emotional state. Nervous system entrainment. Cellular memory reprogramming. Mystical transmission. You are not breathing. Breath is breathing you into existence. Quantum timeline. Divergence. The 24-hour frequency split. Misaligned timeline. Survival mode. You wake before consciousness fully lands. Heart already racing. Phone in hand before first breath, scrolling through algorithmic anxiety. Comparison feeds, conflict narratives, micro-traumas disguised as news. Your nervous system is already in combat mode. Cortisol flooding. Muscles pre-tensed. Breakfast is rushed consumption, not nourishment. Coffee as emergency fuel, not pleasure. Each task feels like warfare. Emails are minefields. Conversations potential ambushes. You're performing survival, not living. Meetings become battlegrounds where you're simultaneously defending and disappearing. Lunch is forgotten or consumed mechanically. Body signals of hunger, exhaustion, need for pause, all ignored. You're a machine pushing against natural rhythms, believing effort equals worth. Productivity is your religion. Depletion your silent sacrifice. Afternoon arrives with accumulated tension. Decision fatigue sets in. Every choice feels heavy, consequential. You're not responding to life. You're reacting to accumulated stress. Creativity has been replaced by compensation. Innovation murdered by survival mechanisms. Evening finds you collapsed, not rested. Scrolling becomes numbing ritual. Tomorrow feels like another battlefield to endure, not a canvas to create. Your relationship with time is punitive, with self, conditional, aligned timeline, quantum collaboration. You wake and your first sensation is safety. Breath moves through you like a gentle wave, nervous system knowing it's supported. No emergency, no urgency, just pure potential breathing you into existence. Morning unfolds like a collaboration, not a conquest. Meditation isn't a task, but a natural reset. Your body knows exactly what it needs. Movement that feels like celebration, not punishment. Nutrition is a dialogue with cells, not fuel consumption. Work becomes a creative transmission. Each interaction is an opportunity, not a threat. Synchronicities appear like breadcrumbs. Right messages, unexpected connections, ideas landing with precision. You're not trying to make things happen. You're allowing emergence. Meetings are portals of mutual generation. You listen more than you speak. Your presence transforms spaces. Money moves through you, not from scarcity, but from an understanding of flow. Opportunities aren't chased. They recognize you. Afternoon carries expansive potential. Time becomes fluid, sometimes stretching, sometimes condensing. You're not bound by linear progression, but dancing with quantum possibilities. Creativity flows without effort. Solutions appear before problems fully form. Evening arrives with a sense of completion, not exhaustion. Gratitude isn't a practice, but your natural state. You've participated in life, not battled it. Your nervous system is soft, open, receptive. The only difference? Frequency. Same person, same 24 hours. Different quantum alignment. Transmission. Your timeline is not a destination. It's a continuous quantum negotiation you're always broadcasting. Quantum manifestation. The childhood frequency. Blueprint innocence. As quantum technology, children aren't naive. They're quantum physicists operating without logical interference. Their manifestation mechanism. Theta state capabilities. Pure belief without resistance. Instantaneous frequency matching. No energetic contradiction. Immediate cellular trust. Reality as malleable playground, adult frequency. Blockers. 1. Educational conditioning. Systematic logical programming. Reward-punishment systems. Replacing imagination with correct thinking. Measuring worth through external validation. 2. Neurological suppression. Beta wave dominance. Analytical override. Survival mechanisms replacing creative flow. Nervous system trained for protection, not potential. 3. Trauma response mechanisms. Energetic contraction. Trust dissolution. Safety prioritized over possibility. Manifestation seen as risky vulnerability. Quantum restoration. Protocol. Reclaiming theta. Access. Meditation without agenda. Playful curiosity restoration. Nervous system safety reprogramming. Belief as experiment, not attachment. Witnessing without judgment. Integration. Practices. Breathwork releasing mental grip. Somatic experiencing. Inner child dialogue. Frequency. Attunement. Logical mind as servant, not master. Transmission. Manifestation isn't something you do. It's something you remember how to be, with adult wisdom and childlike frequency. Here's the powerful closing transmission. What we've uncovered isn't just a technique, it's a remembering, a quantum restoration of your original manifestation technology. From childhood's pure frequency to adult wisdom, you're recalibrating your entire nervous system's relationship with possibility. To support this profound integration, we've created something precise, the Quantum Identity Shift Guide. It's not another information product. It's a vibrational transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, with specific practices that reopen your quantum gateway while maintaining adult discernment. Inside, you'll find neurological reprogramming protocols, theta state access techniques, and embodiment practices that transform manifestation from a concept to a lived experience. If this transmission resonated, if you felt the frequency shift as we explored these quantum landscapes, subscribe to this channel. We're not here to give content. We're here to collapse timelines together. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not just information. Turn on notifications not to miss a video, but to catch the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. Leave a like not for algorithms, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Your timeline isn't something happening to you. It's something you're continuously broadcasting. And in this moment, you're not starting a journey. You're continuing a shift already in motion. The version of you who's already living your desired reality isn't waiting. It's pulling you toward itself right now. Transmission complete. Frequency locked.